Two Jack Bros.
Welcome back to Two Jack Bros. And if it is your first time, welcome to you. Thank you for giving us a shot. I am Sidney. I am sitting next to Ansley.
Hello.
And today our guest is none other than the Keane Cobb.
Hello. I don't get the in front of my name often. It's very nice. I like it.
You're very welcome, man. I think you should get it more.
I appreciate that.
Because your name's pretty unique. You're not a Keane Cobb. Nobody knows multiple Keane Cobbs.
I mean, you're not lying. You're not lying. There's a lot of Keanes though.
Have you met other Keanes?
Yes. I'm not a fan of any of them because they're taking my shine, and I don't appreciate it.
So are you saying you're not very keen of it?
I feel dumb because I walked right into that. But no, I'm not, because the very first other Keane I learned there was a British band by that name when I was in middle school, and I wanted to sue them for copyright infringement because I thought I could do that when I was 12. Yeah. And I learned that they named themselves after this like old woman that took care of them or something. So
what? It wasn't you?
Exactly, right? I was highly upset. Like, wait, they didn't steal my name. They didn't steal a name from a chubby black kid in Philadelphia. They didn't steal it from a kindly old English woman that helped them out.
I bet she never even existed.
Hurry up, lads! Let's create something real quick. Hurry up!
So who was the first in-person Keane you met?
It might have been an Irish dude, but his last name was Keane, so it wasn't a first name. So they were like. Because, what was it? I think I was on, a field trip, and I can't remember if it was to the – I think I might have been to, the aquarium, and, it was, 2 different schools working together or whatever, and their teacher, Mr. Keane, was a dude from Ireland. And when they saw that it was me, it was like, oh, Keane. I was like, do I know you? And, when we start talking, he's like, I can't do an Irish accent. It was like, hey, Keane, how's it going? I was like, oh, hey, Keane. It was like a kind of thing for a minute.
You were like the Batman and he was Bane of Keanes. Do you know what I mean?
Because he was raised in it.
He was raised in the Keane.
You merely adopted it. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Where did your parents come up with Keane?
My mom wanted me to be named after my dad. My dad's name is Kenneth. But my dad, his older brother, was named after their father, James, a.k.a. Jimmy, but people called him Junior. And my dad always thought he wouldn't want his son to be called Junior all of his life because he thought that was, disrespectful. So they literally, my mom was like, many occasions she would tell me, you're lucky your name isn't Boy. Because the way I was, doped up after the pregnancy, I didn't care what they called you after a while. I was like, thank you, Mom. That's lovely. But they literally just opened up a book and dropped their finger on it. And what not a lot of people know is my name is actually pronounced Keane. But when I was in school, I got sick of people mispronouncing it. And then I heard the way that it's supposed to be pronounced, and I just adopted it there. So, and I like the way Keane Cobb sounded, even at a younger age, than Keane Cobb. I felt like that took too long. So I was just like, Keane Cobb. Keane Cobb.
Remember how I told you never ask a black person how they got their name? Told you that. We talk about this all the time. All right. So, Keane, do you know what this podcast is about?
Two Jack Bros. That's what it's called. So.
That is definitely what it's called. It is completely disguised what this podcast is about. Basically, the premise of this podcast is to prove that you can have a dark sense of humor and still reach a higher consciousness / enlightenment. Right? So what we do is we take our guest, who today is you, Keane Cobb.
I was like, coming from you, I would not be surprised. I'll be chilling somewhere and be like, Keane. I'm like,
yeah, you're Keane for that. That's your fucking name. That's your name. Keane
Mama
Cobb.
named you that. I'm gonna call you that.
So today, our guest Keane Cobb is going to be taken through the process of enlightenment, so that we, Ansley and myself, and the listeners can laugh our way to a higher consciousness without doing the same work that you're about to do.
This sounds very interesting and scary, and I'm excited.
Yeah. It's basically, again, I know I reference this a lot. It's a large part of my life, but Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Nice.
This is basically the guru episode of that.
Okay.
So you ready for this?
Yes.
So everybody gets the same questions on this podcast.
Okay. All right, cool.
And Ansley, let's get into this.
All right. So, Keane, what experience or event did you learn the most information from?
Now, when you say information, as far as like actual factual information, or like information,
Data, motherfucker. I've been wanting to say that for episodes, like mad episodes.
Like, yes, no. No, just like, life experience. Like, what shapes how you see the world.
I think, actually, what's wild is I think Sid was here for this one. A bunch of comics. We went to a mountain. I think it was a mountain or a range or whatever, and we went hiking. And at the time, for whatever reason, I was just an angry man. I was sad about stuff, sad about like my luck with women, and just like how I felt like I wasn't being looked at properly or respected for like my artistic endeavors, aka my comedy career. And then baby boy took shrooms for the first time, and then I thought a hawk was talking to me. I thought a hawk was legit yelling at me, and then I realized I'm gonna die one day, so I'm gonna just enjoy this. And from that point, that legit like shifted my whole look outlook on things. Before that, I would like purposely make angry posts for no reason just to get attention. And then now I'll watch like a puppy getting adopted video and I might cry a little bit. So I think that changed me the most.
What do you think back? What do you think when Facebook Memories shows you your old angry posts?
Oh my God. I was like, yo, what was I on? Here's the thing. If it's not an old angry post, it's a very oddly horny post. Like it was one where I mentioned like I said something about I think I said something about getting like a Colt 45 with like a Himalayan woman or something, and it made no sense. And like the bad part was a lot of people can claim like, oh, I was a kid, blah, blah, blah. I was like 22 or 23 when I made this post. So I'm like, I had enough sense, but I just was just posting wild shit. So
you're a Mopey thirst trap.
I'm upset that I'm upset that you were able to put it in a box that quickly. But yes, a Mopey thirst trap, because I used to try to consider myself to be a lovable loser or something, and I was just like, that's just stupid. I'm a loser. Who loves losers? But yeah, Mopey thirst trap. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I might. You know what? With your blessing, that might be an album title.
Go for it, man. Mopey thirst trap. And I will confirm that. Allegedly, yes, I was allegedly on this camping trip where mushrooms were allegedly taken.
Allegedly.
Pretty sick camping trip.
Oh, so
pretty fucking sick, allegedly. So how would you then distill the information that you got from that experience into like one little sentence, or like what exactly was it that was so eye-opening?
I think if I had to say it if it was like one sentence, it would probably be like enjoy your time. Because it's like I said, when I was doing that whole thing, like all of a sudden it was kicking in, the grass was looking differently. Like I said, I thought I was having a conversation with a hawk. And like,
what do hawks talk about?
Yeah, good question.
They were just honestly, I heard the screech, and I was like, oh, they're alerting the prey, like, hey, I'm coming for you. Yeah, I'm coming, and you can't stop this. And I was like, yo, how sick is that? Where the hawk is like, yo, I got talents.
Yeah,
you can't stop me. Like other obviously you guys probably know, like there's other like predators that's kind of sneaky, or like some people kind of like some predators like lay in wait and like they'll like snap on you or something. But the hawk is like literally flying around like, hey, here I come, and it just grabs something. So
yeah, I'm coming, bitches.
Exactly.
That's pretty sick. Is that what you thought hawks talked about? Did you think hawks were so fucking uber confident?
I didn't. I thought they were like, hey, I see stuff over there. Like, I don't know. Where do you think hawks fall on the hierarchy for birds of prey? Oh, they're up there. They're up there.
Watch this. Name 2 other birds of prey.
Falcons and eagles.
Okay, you got me. All right, you got me. Could you name one other?
And vultures.
They're scavengers. They're not exactly birds of prey. It's a little bit different.
And I don't know. Can you?
Yeah. Owls.
Owls.
The sneaky ones.
Yeah.
Super sneaky.
Yeah. Quiet flyers. Come on. Act like you don't know. So enjoy yourself. Be a fucking hawk.
Yeah.
Just get out there, scream it to the world. I'm coming at you, world. I'm not gonna try to sneak up on the world, right?
No.
Nah. Fucking open up, world.
I'm here. Ding dong.
Yeah.
What up?
Did you have like an immediate change in like your behavior patterns and how the world reacted to you after that?
Honestly, I think so. Because before then, excuse me, people wouldn't say it to my face, but I heard I had a nickname of Mean Keane for a long time. Like it was just like because and what's funny is I'm kind of the same way. I'm just more thoughtful of like my actions because like a lot of times people will say like I'm short or I have some short height wise, but I mean short tempered, very like curt with people as far as like I'll cut things off like immediately. But now I'm like way more like accepting of things, way more patient with things, and like after that, I felt the shift, I felt the change, and then like maybe like a few months later, a few close friends are saying, "Hey, you all right? You're not blah blah blah. You're not a Mopey thirst trap anymore." The thirst trap just dialed back a little bit. Still out here trapping, still not trapping, still thirsting though. So
yeah, but happy
for sure.
Happy trapping.
Happy trapper. There it is.
All right, Keane. So from here on out, what we're going to do is basically open up your chakras. And each question from here on out is associated with open up a different chakra.
Okay.
The first chakra is the root chakra located in your butthole. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, I'm here. Go ahead.
All right. We got consent.
All right.
Once again.
Here we go.
Bend over, Ansley. Fist him.
Oh, no. Why did I agree?
All right. Let's get it.
So, Keane, how did you learn to overcome fear?
I learned overcoming it by accepting that it's there. Because a lot of times, I know for sure when I was younger, I would try to either ignore it or try to imagine it's not there and just like try to like blindly walk through it and pretend it's not there. But I got it from like a movie that wasn't, I don't think it was highly acclaimed, but it was a father-son movie with Will and Jaden Smith, and he had a great speech about how like fear is just like the idea of fear, because like whatever's there is there anyway. So like you have to.
It's talking about After Earth.
Yes. I couldn't remember what it was called.
I remember that movie.
Yeah, it was a life-changing movie that was so unacclaimed he doesn't even remember the title. He was like, so wait, to you it's not acclaimed. It's like
yeah, there it is. Yeah, it's so big in my life, but I can't remember what it's called.
So yeah, I heard this line in the movie I don't like.
No, I said I ain't like it. I just said I thought other people didn't like it.
Yeah, but so the line was.
I don't remember exactly. I don't remember the word for.
So the gist. What was the gist of?
The gist is basically fear is in your mind. Like it's the thought. It's you jumping to conclusions of what could happen instead of actually processing as it's happening. And if you can process it as it's happening, you'll be able to overcome it and deal with whatever is there, for the most part.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't like nervous or like afraid whenever like I'm performing or getting ready for a show or stuff like that. Same time though, I know based on evidence that I've gathered of prior performances that like when I'm out there, I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
It'll work out, and if not, I'll make it look good either way. So another Will Smith line, I'll make this look good. So
okay.
Yeah. Damn, how many Will Smith quotes?
Well, we only allow 4 per show.
Shit.
Yeah.
Burned through 2.
You
Okay.
burnt it very quickly. Very quickly. We should have talked about this beforehand. I apologize.
I'll deal with it. I'll be
Yeah. Yeah. That's so. Can you remember a time in your life when you were the most scared?
Maybe 2 different times. One time, I think I was in gym class in high school, and wow. It's wild how like memories just pop up out of nowhere like this. So I was in gym class in high school, and I was getting ready to start playing basketball. I was a freshman though, and when you first start high school, you hear all these stories about like, oh, they're gonna do this to freshmen, they're gonna do this to freshmen. And eventually you learn like, don't really care about no freshmen. If anything, they're annoyed by it. I'm like, yo, get out of my way. But like I was nervous because we were gonna play a game, but actually no, I take that back. Not that. I'm sorry, not that. I was scared to, I say audition. That's how much of a theater kid I am now. I was going to try out for our football team. And my cousin ended up getting on the team, and he went from like freshman. He was a varsity player freshman year. So like.
Big boy.
Huh?
He's a big boy.
He was 6'2", 290 or something?
Yeah.
Defensive lineman. So yeah, big boy. Mind you, I was like, what, 5'4", 270, so big boy, but not in the right kind of big. So if anything,
you were a square boy.
Yeah. If anything, I would have been put on like the offensive line, like at guard, and just like, all right, just stand there and just take the punishment.
Yeah, just Geodude. Just
exactly.
like hold it down like a Geodude.
Just golem.
Ansley, what's Geodude?
Pokemon.
Okay, got it.
But
right.
yeah, so I was afraid of that, and like, I remember. I got out of my last class late, and I was walking over to our field, and I looked up into the rafters, and I seen like everybody like stacked up waiting to try out, and I looked, and my scared ass was like, nope, and just turned around, and just out of that fear.
You left the tryout?
I left the tryout.
Dude, I would not have the balls to leave a tryout. Like that would be, I would rather fall on my face in the mud at the tryout than. That is crazy.
Yeah.
You can leave tryouts? What? The fuck? That's wild. That is, man, there are so many tryouts I wish I would have left. I've never even heard somebody suggest leaving a tryout before. It's crazy.
Yeah.
You can leave tryouts. Man. So did people say anything as you were leaving?
Nah, they didn't say, cause like, my high school was in the Northeast, and like I'm from the Northeast, but like I moved out to Germantown area, like Northwest, for middle school. So when I came back, by the time I came back, my cousin who stayed in the Northeast, he and all his friends basically went from middle school to high school together. So they're all like a cool pack. Me, even though I'm from there, I'm not from there. So it's almost like. Not Fresh Prince. Damn it, that's 3. Anyway, but like, so when I came back, I was just like a regular nobody. Yeah. Nobody knew who I was. So like when I left, they didn't really care.
They probably just thought you walked into the wrong room for a second.
Pretty much.
And walked back out.
Pretty much.
Did you get how close did you get before you turned around? Like they could all see you turn around?
Yeah, they could see me.
So what was the fear that what turned you around?
Probably like I was afraid of being embarrassed at my lack of athletic ability, cause like my dad was
Oh, you must have been so worried about tripping as you were leaving, like walking. Could you imagine being embarrassed?
Right foot. Oh, how bad would that have been to be like, all right, guys, I can't. And then just like, and I would have been that guy. Oh no.
Yeah.
That'd been 10 times worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So what was the other time that is one of the most scared times that you can remember? I think because you said there were 2.
Yeah. The other one was definitely a myriad of times where I had to tell a woman how I felt about them. Because for whatever reason, a quick aside, for whatever reason, when my mom found out that I do stand up and I do comedy, she'd always be like, "Oh my God, I don't know how you can do it. I can't deal with seeing all those faces looking at me while I'm on stage, blah blah blah." And I told her, I'm like, "Well, when I'm up there, there's so many faces, I can't focus on any of them, so I don't care. It's just a wall at that point. So like I feel more comfortable in front of more people." reversely or transversely, whatever.
Inversely.
There it is. Mm-hmm. Inversely.
When a lot of people are looking at you.
No.
Like when they're on stage, when a crowd of people are on stage, and you're in the audience.
How did I pay for this? Why did I pay for this?
Yeah.
No. That's not like an old group bar joke where you perform for one person twice. No, but no, my bad. Dealing with one person scares the hell out of me because especially if I look to them or look for them for like for either comfort or for acceptance, to have that one person, to let down that one person, whoever that one person is, fucks with me like heavy. So like the multitude of times where I had to like bite the bullet and just like say either, hey, this isn't what I thought it was going to be, so no thank you, or hey, I'm really into you, what do you think about that? So yeah, that. Have
you been able to apply your After Earth technique while talking to chicks?
From time to time, yeah.
You know what you should be trying to apply when talking to chicks? Hitch. The movie Hitch.
Like dance or like catch?
No. That was the Will Smith movie where he was like a pickup artist.
Yeah,
and he taught Kevin James how to be a pickup artist.
Yeah.
That's the Will Smith you need to channel when you're talking to chicks. You're just not appropriating your Will Smiths correctly.
All right, so for a while, the Will Smith mold I was in was the Will Smith Fresh Prince.
Mm-hmm.
So I would try to be like boastful and try to be like all like bigger than bigger as far as like characters what I was. So I would try like different lines and different like pickup lines, and I would never deliver them to the same oomph as him. Mm-hmm. So like it would come off kind of weird. I'd be like, hey girl, your feet hurt, and just stop there.
Okay.
And I would forget the part of running through my mind all day. So
yeah.
Shit like that.
Yeah, I think you just got to find out like your right combination of Will Smiths for the moment. You can't just roll with one and be like, I'm gonna master this one. You got to use them all. You got to be like the Will Smith avatar. Like
you're
all
like
of
Independence Day, Fresh Prince.
Yes.
After, oh man.
Yeah. All right, so we'll consider that a fear chakra unlocked.
Yes.
Fear chakra unlocked. Ansley, keep it moving.
All right, so Keane, this is your pelvis chakra. It's located in your pelvis. This is a little segment we like to call My Bad. Mm-hmm. It's an opportunity for you to apologize to a person, place, or thing in order to set your karma back to neutral.
Whoa, we just got done doing Keane's Patreon episode, and boy, was it a ton of fucking fun. Keane, did you have a good time?
So much fucking fun.
Hell yeah. What was your favorite part? Got him.
I don't want to give it away. They got to pay for it.
Hell yeah, Keane. He knows how to sell a Patreon. $1 gets you all of our exclusive content, which not only includes the counter to this podcast that you're listening to right now, Two Jack Bros, which we call Two Jack Bros After Dark, but you also get our fight commentary and analysis on Ansley's jiu-jitsu matches and whatever else comedy related that we put up there, or anything else related. We're going to have Ansley start putting up a weekly thing. Maybe we should talk about that first. Yeah. Also, we didn't say this in the podcast, but Keane's doing a comedy show at the Crossroads Theater at Plays and Players Theater coming up. Look that up and go to see that comedy show. You'll have a good time. Now we're going to get back to this episode and find out who or what Keane has to apologize to.
Like a recent apology or
whatever you need to get off your chest.
Get it off your chest, dog.
I want to apologize to the Torres corner store that was legit directly across the street from my grandmom's house when I was growing up. I want to apologize to them because I got mad one time. I don't remember why. It might have been a mistaken cheesesteak order. But I can't remember why. But I got upset and I kicked their 2-liter bottles of soda, and they were like, "Get out of here! You're not allowed in there anymore." And I was legit banned from that place for like a good 2 or 3 weeks. And like at first, and I'm apologizing to them because that was like really stupid, and I was like maybe what 9 or 10 when I did this.
Were there 2-liter bottles on like the bottom shelf? Like how, or was this a high kick?
Oh no! I wish it was a high kick. God, I wish it was a high kick. It would have been so cool. No, it was like a legit little that kind of kick.
Yeah, it was like warm 2 liters that are like kept
Exactly.
out.
Yeah,
Okay.
on the bottom. Yeah,
Yeah,
they were
yeah,
nowhere
yeah.
near the fridge. No,
Okay.
they were like in casings and stuff. So no. I felt bad initially, and then I realized my grandma couldn't send me to the store for a few weeks, and then she'd be like, "Killian, can you?" Now you done got your ass kicked out. Right? I need you to go to the store. And I'm just sitting there like, yes. So, I felt bad about that though, as far as like being a little twerp and kicking it for no reason. So I apologize. I'm like, they might still be in business, but
You kicked them out of business?
all the way back in '95, I kicked them out of business. But to the Torres corner store, my bad.
Yeah. That was a different time. That was the Mean Keane era.
That was young Mean Keane too. Jeez Louise.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you have any more questions about that? That seems like a pretty cut and dry apology.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah, it's a good apology. My bad, Torres.
Yeah.
My bad. But you also,
Oh, my bad. Me Malo Torres.
yeah, sometimes you got to kick a 2-liter
Yeah.
every
Yeah.
now and again.
Yeah. Get your cheesesteak order right.
I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Hey, we just talked about this recently on Stoner Dads, by the way. Shout out Stoner Dads. About getting fuck shit up insurance.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's an insurance that allows you to do like a certain amount of property damage, and they'll cover that for you.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Depending on the situation.
Yeah, and your like legal situation, all that shit will get covered financially for you if you have fuck shit up insurance.
So like if they go back in time or whatever and be like, wait, this isn't what I ordered. It's like, sorry, Poppy, I can't do anything. I'm like, all right, cool.
Call your grandma, ask her about your policy.
Well, I think you're good until September. So if you want to kick some bottles, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
I can. All right. Fuck you. Start kicking shit.
yeah.
Nice.
That's the world I want to live in. That's so yeah. That's a my bad. That's a pelvis chakra unlocked.
Yes.
Apologizing for little mean Keane, little square boy kicking your fucking 2 liters.
Oh.
Do you remember the first time you were allowed back in the store?
I probably snuck in, or kind of like I kind of did one of those kind of like look and seeing if everything was cool, and like either the chef in the back or the person up front kind of looked at me and was like gave that approval nod just to like
Yeah.
you're good, don't worry about it, you're good, yeah.
Yeah. All right. That's a pelvis chakra unlocked. Ansley, keep it moving.
All right, we're to the gut chakra now. So, Keane, how do you move past disappointment in yourself?
How do I move past disappointment in myself? The way I do it, I think. So my dad passed away when I was like 8, and for a long time, I would like imagine him talking to me from time to time. So like whenever I'm disappointed in myself, I kind of give myself a pep talk. But I think even to this day, I think that it's him talking to me as far as like, hey, you could do this, you could do that, you're okay, don't worry about it, take care of it. So I kind of think I still use that, and just try to remind myself of like the good that I've done or like the way I've helped people. And that helps me like get past whatever, whether it's like a job thing, whether it's like I fucked up a joke or like I missed a show or something like, well, I'll never miss a show, but stuff like that. Like anything like comes up and I can't really fix it right then and there and I'm kicking myself about it. Usually like an inner voice comes up and it's like, hey, you're good. You know what? Not even in only disappointments. Whenever I'm like dumb high, there's a voice that comes over. It's like, hey, you're all right. It's okay. You're good. You'll be all right. So yeah, that voice kind of helps.
First of all, we talk about this off camera all the time, but like so many of the people, the comedians that we bring on the show had a parent pass at a young age, and almost so many that we should have like a fucking like a bell that we ring every time somebody's like,
Yeah.
you know,
I
you know
lost
what I mean?
my.
Yeah, it was like we're like, hey, like Pee Wee's Playhouse. Like
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
the word.
Yeah.
That's the phrase.
Well, I didn't know anything about this. I think I learned it from Fennell
Mm-hmm.
It might have been he called it the Dead Dad Club.
Yeah, Fennell keeps bringing people into the Dead Dad Club. Casey Cufton, our last guest, the last episode before you, one of his when his dad died, something that helped him like chuckle and have a good moment was when Fennell on the post was like, "Welcome to the Dead Dads Club."
Yeah.
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 So there you go.
Yeah.
Fennell will get you in. I know a guy. Yeah. So, well, we always ask this question. This is a follow-up question I like to always ask in this section, which is with like either sports or like performance arts, like, you know, through middle school, high school and stuff. Was there ever a time that you had like a big disappointment in yourself with one of those types of things growing up?
Like a talent kind of thing, and it didn't work out, or
yeah, like if you didn't already say leaving a tryout, like stuff like that, like other versions of that.
What you? All right, I got a bunch just popped up out of nowhere. So the one thing I'm disappointed in, or one of the things I'm disappointed in middle school, I think like maybe 6th or 7th grade. Because we're idiots, we had a wrestling organization. I can't remember what it was called, but I was the European champion. Only because if you buy the toy title and you call it what you want, you're that champion until you lose it. I never lost that championship. I'm disappointed because I never won the world championship of that organization we had. World championship, which is basically the champion of middle school and Mount Airy. Shout out to Henry H. Houston. But yeah, so I'm disappointed in that.
Wait, I'm very confused to the hierarchy of this little world you just explained.
Okay, so boom, there we are. Bunch of dumb kids. We love pro wrestling. It's smack dab in the middle of the Attitude Era, aka DX.
Okay.
The Rock wasn't The Rock wasn't nowhere near being Dwayne Johnson yet. I mean, he was born that. Then now he's like The Rock at this point. And then that's WWF. In WCW, you had NWO, you had NWO Wolfpack. I'm a huge nerd. Anyway, so we had all that going, and part of the cool thing was my middle school was from kindergarten all the way to 8th. So because of that, in middle school, I had recess. So I didn't stop having recess until I got to high school. So we would wrestle and stuff. And then eventually somebody brought in like a world championship and just claimed to be the champion. And we were like, nah, makes sense. You have the championship belt. So yeah, you're the champion. So From that point on, whenever someone bought and brought in a title, they were that champion. And to have to sneak out every day with a championship belt and my mom not notice in my book bag, that was a skill in and of itself.
So couldn't you have also just bought the world championship belt and been like, I'm also the world champion?
Yes and no, because I didn't buy it first. So someone already had a world championship belt, so they were the world champion. So because of that, any other belt you got after that was like the lower rank. So there was like, which we had the world champion, we had tag team champs, we had the Intercontinental Championship.
So if you found his mom's receipt, would you technically own his belt? Is like the receipt the receipt to the belt, like the deed to the belt?
I never thought of it as far as like property like that, but
yeah, I
mean, yeah, now that'll make a solid case. Yeah.
Okay, so you never won the world championship belt. Yeah. Did you fight for the world championship belt?
Yes, and I lost.
How many attempts?
I think twice. And I defended mine like maybe 2 or 3 times, but like I lost those matches.
How did you lose them?
I think one, somebody came off the top rope, which was a pommel horse or like a wooden pommel horse or whatever. Not pommel, you know what I'm talking about, like a big ass log, kind of like a horse.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like somebody jumped off the top of that.
What are you talking
about? I can't picture this at all.
Yeah,
are
horse.
you guys inside? Are you outside?
Yeah.
Where are you?
So the way it was set up, like I said, because of the way the school was, there was like a big jungle gym kind of thing going. So it was like all filled with wood chips and shit, right?
Okay.
So one corner was 2 balance beams.
Okay.
Like kind of low and kind of like a little higher up. So that was like one corner of the ring. and on the other side, that's where the wooden like pommel horse was. So that was the ring, just jumping around and hitting each other like on the wooden ships. So somebody jumped off the wooden pommel horse and then like a splash, and I lost the world championship that way.
No. You didn't have it though. You didn't lose it.
I did not win.
There you go. Motherfucker over here still in valor. Okay. All right.
I have another one.
Yeah, what's your other one?
The other one is when I was that age and I used to play basketball, I had a really good post game, and that is completely gone now. So I'm disappointed in myself now for not keeping up with my post game back then.
Because it's the same people, just older now.
Yeah.
So you technically could still have a post game if you kept it up.
Yeah, I mean, but at 5'8", I'm not that effective. I'm a better shooter now, and that came from me just not wanting to play in the post anymore. And it looks like I was ahead of the curve as far as like basketball goes. So,
Ansley, were you clocking it? Ansley keeps a running tab of how long it takes for a black guest to start talking about basketball. Were you clocking it?
Yeah, he threw me off with the hawk talk. We got there.
Okay, so we'll consider that disappointment chakra unlocked.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, Ansley, keep it moving.
Keane, we are now to the Heart Chakra. What have you learned from grief?
From grief, I learned the best way to keep moving forward is to not forget someone or forget the reason or forget. Whenever I'm in grief if someone passed, it's to not to forget that person, but to remember the times you had with them and remember the good things. Remember like the jokes. Remember the lessons and stuff. Because it took me a minute, and sometimes I'll find like old pictures, but like when my cousin passed, he was like a little bit younger than me. It sucked for a long time.
How old were you when that happened?
29.
Okay. And so when you say a little bit younger, like 3 years, 4 years?
6 months. So we were like damn near like not twins, but like, you know what I'm saying, like real close like in age. Like he was that cousin I talked about earlier that was like the brick house on the football team. Like huge, like I said, 6'1", 290 or whatever. So like me and him were like damn near brothers because like we were raised in the same house. He was the cousin that had to go to the store when I was. So
you're both being raised by your grandma.
Pretty much, yeah.
A black tale as old as time.
Yeah.
Of the three people sitting at this table right now, 66% of us have been raised by our grandmas. Also, the black guys. So okay.
Yeah.
And then, so when he passed, you really just focused on the good things.
Yeah, I had to, cause it just tore me up because he was gonna get married within like a few months of him dying. So like his fiance was like really torn up about it. My aunt really torn up about it, and the whole family was really, because he was like such a big personality, kind of like the de facto. I hate to say it like this because he was younger than me and I was always jealous of this, but he was like the de facto like young patriarch a little bit, as far as like he, like the younger cousin would go to him for stuff. He was able to like, he was like a smooth talker and stuff. So just like remembering different things like that.
And like you just sitting over jealous, like, and like, dude,
Yep.
hold on. This is a funny. This imagery is cracking me up. But like you're looking over there at him, and you're like, you hear the voice, why didn't he come to me? And then the camera is on the back of you and it pans to the front of you, and you're like sitting there with like a cigar in your mouth with an evil scowl in your eyebrows, like, why didn't he come to me? I know how to plug into VCR. Yeah. You're me and Keane. Yeah. That's why he didn't come to you. But okay, so he was like the de facto the man. He was the man.
He was like the Will Smith.
He was Will Smith. Oh my God. He was Fresh Prince. He was Independence Day. He was.
What was the one where he was surviving in New York City after the apocalypse?
He was I Am Legend.
No, you were I Am Legend.
Oh.
He was all the other Will Smith.
Oh, the happiest.
Yeah. You were I Am Legend. You're so. But yeah, just focused and dial in on all of the positive things. You know, what was if you don't mind me asking, like, what when you think about him and you think about the positive things, like, what is the one thing that strikes you the most?
How thoughtful he was when it came to family, because like he, like I said, it's probably like a well-known saying or whatever, but like cousins are always like your first friends or whatever. Like you like brothers and sisters are one thing, but like a cousin is like more of like a friend because you're related, but like there's enough differences where it's like, hey, who are you? You kind of learn more about them. So with him, it was just like, because my birthday is in March, his is in October. The fact that we knew each other's birth, I mean, it's kind of silly to say it like that, but like because we knew each other's birthday,
Quick pause. Anytime two men know each other's birthdays, you got to be like, pause, no homo, no homo. We were cousins.
I stopped saying pause, no homo back in 2010. So whenever I say anything, I mean that.
Yeah, but you can't be expressing knowing other men's birthdays on my show like that, though. You got to pause.
All right, June 17th. Anyway,
that's my birthday, pause. How dare you know my birthday in front of my woman like that, too?
You don't want to send me on a fucking scavenger hunt one time, and I was just like, I gotta figure this out, and then I couldn't, and he was like, "It's this." I'm like, "Oh, all right, cool."
Yeah, I once told Keane that my birthday was the exact middle day of the year, and he spent time trying to figure out what it was, and it's not.
Texting him, I'm like, "Is it this?" He was like, "You're close."
Yeah, and I was like, I forgot I told this motherfucker that. What the hell? He's really trying to figure this out. Yeah,
but no. So what I took from what I learned from him is, like I said, every year he would always like text me happy birthday, like probably 12:01 of March 18th or whatever. So, and the reason why people went to him and like he was the man of the family is because like he cared about everybody. He showed love to everybody. And even though I didn't get that yet, that was before meeting my hawk god or whatever. But was that Amon-Ra? I don't know. Anyway, before that, he showed me, or I remembered that if you just pay attention to like everybody, the little things or whatever, it can help you out. So the fact that he was mindful of family, that's what I tried to like learn from him.
He is the Will Smith avatar. Keane was the Hancock bender. It's just,
he meant well, but like he was always drunk somewhere, just sad and angry.
That's sick, man. That's it's touching to hear your admiration for your cousin. I thank you for sharing that.
Mm-hmm.
That is definitely a heart chakra unlocked.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Very awesome. What was his name?
Ray.
Oh, Ray Cobb.
No, Ray Williams. The cool thing was too, our other cousin that we grew up with, he's a year younger than us. He not recently now, the baby boy is 4 now, named him after our cousin.
Oh, nice.
So Ray Williams is still in the family. So like it's cool when I see him like, hey Ray, what's going on? Like just to have him have that namesake is really cool.
Yeah. Damn, he's just the man.
Right?
He continues to be the man.
Yeah.
Holy man. All right. Again, thank you so much for sharing that. Ansley, keep it moving.
All right, Keane, we are to the throat chakra.
Okay.
So what is a favorite lie that you tell or you have told? If it's, you get extra karmic points if it's still in rotation.
It's not in rotation as much anymore. But one of my favorite lies I told, and like as soon as you said favorite lie, it immediately jumped to the front. I used to tell people I was half Dominican, just to see if I could get away with it. Because I have a bit that I haven't done in a while. How it's like I'm black, but I'm like just black. Like I'm boring black. I'm not from the islands. I'm not like British, unlike that or anything like that. But I was just like, yeah, I'm half Dominican, and people were just like, all right, because like I think I could pass for that, because like Dominican is super like African to begin with. So like, just saying that, yeah. So that's my favorite lie.
People were probably like, that's why he's so mean, probably. Dominican.
Dominican.
That's
like a wrestler name.
Oh
no, look, I was Dominican.
Or a Pokemon.
Or Dominican.
Yeah.
But I would use that to try to seem more interesting than I thought I was. But yeah, I haven't pulled that out quite often. I don't know if I can pull it out now, but I might trickle back to it. I'm not sure.
It's funny that you picked that because it's not like, you know, you go to a party and everybody's gathered around the Dominican listening to his stories. Who has the command of the party? I think it's the Dominican guy. he's crushing the party right now. I've never been like, you know, like lifted up into like the throes of a party by a Dominican. You know, like a Dominican has. I've never been in a situation where a Dominican has gotten the party started.
Well, I've been in a few parties like that. So when I was in high school, one of my best friends, Haitian dude, Willie Paul, love my man. Mm-hmm. He's my guy. One of his close friends, he was Dominican. And wherever we went, if it was like us three and like another friend or two, those two would start shit. Not start shit like a fight or anything,
get the
but
party
like,
popping.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like when they
They're
walked
party
in,
poppers.
yeah. When they walked in, it was a big deal. And
there's party poopers and there's party poppers.
Oh,
by the way.
yeah.
They were party poppers.
But you guys walked in. Anytime you walked in,
yeah, it was about to go down. Real quick story too. That's why. Damn, Ray was the man. Anyway, so real quick story with me and my cousin. We went to a basement party back in like 2002 or 3. Like we were gonna throw a party at our grandma's house, but then she decided not to go on vacation, so like we couldn't do it anymore.
was it a cruise?
Huh?
Was it a cruise?
It was. I think it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
And then she changed. She changed her mind.
Go?
Yo, grandmas are always not going on that cruise they were supposed to go to. Always. But that's black. That's the black grandma thing.
She just did not want to go. So we ended up going to like this like factory kind of like party or whatever. Or it was like in an old warehouse or whatever. And the one thing I remember from that party, it was so many beautiful, vivacious, sweaty Puerto Rican and Dominican women there, and they were so beautiful, and they had their butts on us, and we were
I want to be Dominican.
we were in there, and like this was like I think I can't remember if 50 Cent came out yet. No, did he? No, I don't think he came out yet. So it was like just thick Averex jeans or like Jabot jeans and like big oversized white t-shirts, sweating through it. I had like I think I had like a headband on for no reason, and like just
Fresh Prince in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just dancing and back then I wasn't dancing. Like back then guys didn't dance. You just stood there. And you kind of had to kind of like...
Oh, you were leaning back.
Yeah. Yeah.
You just lean back. You were Fat Joe and you were leaning back.
Fat Joe didn't come up with the song yet, but yeah, that's all you had to do. Just lean back a little bit. Or as Brandon Mitchell would say, he getting a wally. So yeah, just stand on the wall and the girls just shake their butt on you. So yeah.
Okay. All right. So that is, Keane, that is a throat chakra unlocked. And again, what was that lie again?
That I'm
Dominican.
half Dominican.
Half Dominican.
Half Dominican. I can't claim the whole, yeah. Although I do, my Spanish should be better, but my Spanish is like getting better. So
okay. Ansley.
Yes.
Keep it going.
All right, Keane, we are now to the third eye chakra. So we're out of the physical chakras into the metaphysical chakras. So what is something that you have used to think of as separate, but you've grown to start thinking of as the same?
Wow. I think my approach to stand-up comedy and basketball.
Jot that down, Ansley.
Yeah.
So no, I used to think of it as far as like, well, I mean, I was super into basketball before I started doing comedy, but I never thought of it as far as like the same thing or whatever. It's like basketball is that, it's a sport, it's fun doing other thing, and comedy, it's fun, it's a bit of a grind. But what it started blending together was when I started hosting at Raven Lounge back in the day, because like whenever you first get a room or you first start hosting, you want to be the star. You want to be like, oh, this is my room. Yeah, I run shit, blah, 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 blah. And it's kind of similar to like playing basketball as far as like if you want to be the scoring guard, you want to make sure you get all the shots. You want to shine. You want to get all the points. And then what I learned from hosting there is like, no, you can't really shine. You got to be the point guard. You got to make sure everybody else looks good. You got to set them up for alley-oops. You got to make sure that they're doing well. And if they're doing well, if the team's doing well, you're doing well. So that's how I started like molding or melding those things together. The same way as far as like the more my set and my material grew, I used to think of like how much longer I could last in like the game. So like when I first started, I could barely get through like the first quarter. That's like barely 5 minutes. So now I got like a solid like 20, 30. So now it's like, all right, I might be able to close a game, soon, put like an hour out there one of these days. So yeah, that's when I started like blending those or melding those two things together.
I mean, I can figure it out, but it's funny to not know when you were talking about basketball, when you were talking about comedy in your metaphor. Like the idea of not knowing is just like, oh, dude, is he really just trying to play 5 minutes of basketball?
That's it. That's all I got.
Yeah. Any questions, Ansley? Any racially insensitive questions, Ansley? About Keane's illusion of separation being him noticing that basketball and comedy were the same, and also him being a black man?
No. Sounds legit to me. Right?
Yeah, that tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty...
That's what all the movies teach me about black people.
Once they can start relating something to basketball, they start to get happy again.
They do, yeah.
Yes. Yes. All right. I think it's pretty cut and dry. It's like, I don't really have any follow-up questions for that.
No, I think it makes sense though.
It does make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just so funny to me. It's Ansley.
Yes.
Keep it moving.
All right. Final chakra, crown chakra. So Keane, this is a 2-part question. So what is one thing that you can't give up and why? And what would giving it up mean? Oh,
I'm sorry. And I don't mean to, I totally meant to interrupt. I did that on purpose. But Keane, do you have time to do the Patreon after this?
Sure. I ain't got nothing to do.
Hell yeah. So stick around for the Patreon episode. $1 gets you all of our exclusive content. Let's get into that question, Ansley. Sorry about that.
So what is one thing that you can't give up and why? And what would giving it up mean?
That's a toughie, because I think I realized a few years ago the things that make me happy, or that things that do make me happy, and one thing that would make me happy is always being able to tell jokes, playing basketball, smoking as much weed as I can, and having a beautiful woman to lay around and watch TV with. I don't have that last thing. I think that would make me happy. I don't know. But as far as like what to give up out of those things,
is that you just are trying to achieve black excellence?
I'm trying, brother. I'm trying real hard.
That's just you can't give up black excellence. You can't give up the pursuit of black excellence.
I don't think I can, man. I mean, like, that's the thing. Like, I feel like they're the thing. Because, like, if anything, like, if anything brings me down during the day, if I'm able to do one of those things, if I can, like, relax for, like, 20, 30 minutes, smoke some weed, listen to some music, or play some basketball, flush out all, like, the bad feelings, or get on stage and tell some jokes and, like, kind of, like, once again, rinse all that away, I think I'd be very Domina Keane again.
Get that flavor back. Yeah.
But yeah, if I had to give that up, I think I might go crazy. That, or if I had to give up like music, like give up listening to music, because like if I had to give up listening to music, I think I'll lose my goddamn mind, honestly, because like it's gotten me through so many different things, and like I've learned things about myself through music and stuff. So yeah, either the pursuit of black excellence or music, I would be a different person. I wouldn't be.
Music
me.
is part of the pursuit of black excellence.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have like one track, you haven't achieved black excellence. That's like the only person in the NBA that I know that has achieved black excellence so far is Damian Lillard.
Oh yes, he has 2 albums out. So yes.
Yeah.
He did everything.
Excellence.
He did everything. Yeah. All he has to do now is like put out a comedy special or like pay for one.
Mm-hmm.
It's a wrap.
Yeah.
It's a wrap.
And then Ansley will finally know who he is.
Maybe.
You know what team he plays for? What team? No, better yet, Ansley. What team does Damian Lillard play for?
I have no idea. I've never heard his name before.
You never.
You haven't been watching basketball in this house.
Don't you
know.
ever say that in front of Keane? Don't you say that in front of Keane? What are you doing? We talked about that. Don't be telling our podcast that I don't be watching basketball right now. All right, Keane. So Keane, that's it, man. How do you feel?
Y'all pulled some stuff out that I was not expecting. Like you said on the way over here. Yeah, you don't have to listen to it. Yeah. You don't have to know what it is. I'm like, cool. Yeah, I'll have fun. Yeah, it'll be great. Now I'm just like contemplating stuff. I'm just like, oh man, I gotta call some people. I gotta let people know how I feel. No, this was great. Very, very cool. And very appreciative of you guys having me on.
Yeah, man. Thank you for doing this. Yeah. Really appreciate that. And so we're going to hop on over to the Patreon. Remember, $1 gets you all of our exclusive content over on the Patreon. Not only do you get to counter to this podcast, which we call 2 Jack Bros After Dark, but you also get our fight commentary and analysis that we do on Ansley's jiu-jitsu matches, as well as all the other stuff that we put up there. $1, all of our exclusive content. Come in there. Also, check out Keane's shows. I think we forgot to promote those early on. We jumped straight into this podcast.
We did.
But Keane has some shows coming up very soon. Crossroads Comedy Theater at Plays and Players Theater. You didn't think I remember?
Mm-mm.
You didn't think I'd remember?
I was wondering.
Yeah. Hell yeah. All right. Thank you so much. Jump on that Patreon. We love you guys.
Love ya.
And we're out.
2 Jack Bros. 2 Jack Bros.